Maybe I should have got a glass of water, but it's okay. Welcome, everybody. Yes, we are live now. Why does it count? It's weird. It counts from 1 hour upwards live and it says 1 hour upwards. I don't understand this StreamYard. Everything's changed on StreamYard now. It's not the same as it used to be. But hey ho, it's okay. God, I'm wearing black today. What does black mean? Did anybody learn anything over the past 20 years from watching? What does black mean when you wear it? Anybody have any ideas? Come on, see if you were good students. Did you pay attention? I've never worn black since I was in my 20s. Literally, I've never put a black shirt on. I last year I put a black t-shirt on to go to the gym. That's the only, but never a shirt. Never gone out in a shirt before. So never gone out in a shirt before. Styling off this. Sorry, in Bali it's pretty hot, so that's not like because I'm trying to show off my chest because I haven't got one. There you go. Or hairs. Welcome, everybody. They say that when you become a podcaster, the ego grows inside you all the time. You feel as if you're in a bubble, and you think you're the only thing that matters in the world. It's true. It's absolutely true. These things you have to watch out for within yourself and within the world that you're in, because when all said and done, it's very much like being on TV. People are watching you all the time, and the fact that you're just talking and nobody else is talking, it's true. If you are of that nature, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. And one of the things that you battle with mainly is the fact that you do these things and you know how close it is to where darkness goes and where darkness feels its best. So it's like you're dipping your toe into something as well. Be careful. Be careful out there. I say that with the work that I do. Be careful out there. When you do this work, all of a sudden something will just happen and a client will go, "Oh my God." And it's like, why did she just say, "Oh my God"? Why is she being so, why does she like love me or care for me or think I'm so amazing? Be careful. Be careful. That's a bit of darkness slipping, trying to slip in there. That's a test. That is a test. What are you going to do with that now? Are you going to take advantage of it? Many people would. Many people will, and many people do. Or do you see that and you look at it and you think, no, 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 that's not right. Stand up. Wait, come on. Come on. You're amazing. It's you. This was you. It's nothing to do with me. It's you. You made this happen. You made the choice to allow the energy in. You made the choice to heal yourself from the burden, from the pain, from the darkness. Quickly change that around, guys, or else you'll end up like a long line of so-called gurus who then have got this delusions of grandeur. And in truth, they have. They have that power. I don't know how many conversations I had with girls who asked me to go and do a show somewhere or to work with them for a week and they'd take care of everything. For me to say, trying to come up with an answer without hurting or upsetting. And this isn't ego, but like there are times when somebody is like they'd do anything for you. They think you're lovely, and there's many men out there and women who do it to men, take advantage of that. My line was the energy that I work with can be so strong that a lot of people misinterpret it for me. And actually, I'm not easy. I'm not an easy person to live with. I'm very challenging. I'm very unusual, and like being with me is not a cool thing because I know myself. I'm a strange oddball, but people think that this energy is me. It's nothing to do with. That was the sort of conversation I'd have in the car when I realized this person really likes what I'm doing, and it feels like this is getting beyond liking what I'm doing to almost like trying to put me on a pedestal. I had to go through that at 38 years old, and I was happily married. But energy doesn't lie. You can read in between, you can feel it, you just know it. It's not like, oh, like what, who do you think you are, Mark? No, no, no. I'm not doing this because I think I'm wonderful and amazing. I'm doing it because I can see how easy it is for somebody to give up their power because they really love what somebody is doing for other people and they can feel it and they want to be around it. And there is a known thing that therapists and their clients, the clients can fall in love with the therapists because they only see the healing with the person. They only see it as, oh, he healed me. So the only place I can feel better is being in his company. So what could be more beautiful than falling in love with that person? Dangerous. If you are a pure energy healer, be warned. If you are a Reiki master, be warned. If you are any kind of energy healer, be warned. Because this is more of a test. This is a test. The tests are everywhere all the time. And we have to be extremely careful and we have to read between the lines. We have to see the invisible. We have to see what's going on. I've spent from 38 years old till, how old am I now? 58. I've spent all of that time navigating my life trying to understand it. And from the moment I started doing healing to this day, there's never been a week or a day that some crazy soul, some desperate, some idiot comes into my life, some dark soul comes into my life, and you can normally think, okay, this is going to not end well. Normally when they come in with all sorts of like really bit like the bombarding of love when a narcissist comes, and I'm sure they are very similar to that. But they bombard you all the time. They follow you. They watch everything you do, and they build this. You can see they're building this. I mean, they do it to everybody. You're not the only one. They'll move on from you to somebody else if you're a healer. So what happens, and you can see it, and it's not easy because you have to deal with it every day if you're in the limelight of the public. So what happens is they bombard you with all sorts of stuff. You ignore it, and then they attack you. Happens every week to me. Click delete, click block, another crazy, another crazy, another crazy. And it seems to be getting worse. Like they build this story in their head that you are their savior. You are everything that they need. You told me this. You said that on YouTube. You said you're just this and you're just that afterwards. Because the amount of energy they put into you with focus, they believe that you owe them now. It's narcissists. I've invested my time in you, so you owe me, or I'm going to do this to you, and I'm going to, and good job I didn't get involved, and good job I, like crazies, like literally crazy, like beyond, like, that ain't normal, sister. Climbing, getting a ladder and climbing to see me. That ain't normal, sister. And men, that ain't normal. Banging on the door. I've come here all the way from wherever it is. I demand to see him. So either my daughter or whoever. That ain't normal. Not normal. And you get used to it as a healer. You get used to it. Eventually, it just becomes delete another crazy. And there are a lot of crazies out there. Ask yourself this question: if you saw somebody that you really liked, somebody that you listened to, and you loved what they said, would you go a little bit crazy and start doing crazy stuff? No, you wouldn't. In fact, it'd be the opposite. Oh, it's so. Oh, I'd love to meet them, but no, no, better not. No, just leave them. They've done enough. They've helped enough, and they probably just want some time on their own. That's normal, folks. What ain't normal is when people are bombarding you with messages and trying to ring you up. Like, what the hell is going crazy? Little bit crazy. And unfortunately, there are too many now, getting more and more and more crazy day by day. I am experiencing crazy like I have never experienced crazy before. You can put it down to many things, but my feeling is every time I try and think about it is, you can put it down to the jibby jab. You can put it down to the frequency and energy. You can put it down to whatever you want, depression, because people aren't happy, blah, blah, blah. They're lost. You can put it down to spiritual, whatever. But for me, as I think about it and try and attune to that, what is this? And the more I think about it, the more it just becomes more obvious to me that when the world gets darker, the dark souls become stronger, more confident, to do more dark things, to be their own energy and frequency. When the world is vibrating at love, then darkness struggles, it holds back, it doesn't interfere that much, or it does it very carefully, very sneakily, like a snake. But when the playground is riddled with bullies and darkness and dark souls, they feel very comfortable and their true colors come out. It's a little bit like money is the root of all evil. And actually, it's the love of money. But actually, it's not the love of money, and it's not money is the root of all evil. What it is that money shows you who the person truly is. It's just a piece of paper. But what are they prepared to do? And what will they do? And why will they do it? Shows you who they are. It's nothing to do with paper. It's nothing to do with money. Just money is there to just show you. Like, oh, it's the money. What did it? No, that's just a piece of paper. The person's intentions of what they're doing for that money, or why they want that money, or when they've got that money, what they're going to do with it, shows you who they truly are. So money is a wonderful thing. It really is. It really is a wonderful thing, because it's great for two things. One, actually, it's got nothing to do with money, because I know many people who are very wealthy now and are just really lovely people. Not even a mention of money, not even a mention of greed or hate or being better than you. Actually see people with money who are really good with it. They're focused, they're working on doing good, they help as many people as they can. That's a good soul. So what's that got to do with money? Nothing. And then I see really horrible people with money and power, and they do horrible things, and they are just awful. What's that got to do with money? Nothing. It just, that's who they are. It's got nothing to do with money. Just it just gives us an idea. It's really true. It's like it's the position, power position. You're working in an environment, in say an office, and there's 100 of you. And the boss comes along and says, and you know everybody, and you're having a, you're just in the position like everybody else. But the boss comes to you one day and says, I want to put you in charge of these 100 people. Okay, actually, I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, but your wage goes up, and you're in charge of all these people. You can demand what you want to do and command. Yeah, no, I don't think I want to do it. Well, you will, or you lose your job. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, now do your job. Hi, everybody. I feel a bit. Uh, I've been offered the job. Don't really want it. I have a bit of a guilty feeling already because I don't want you to think anything different of me. But you might start to feel like I'm going to talk behind his back because you're worried about now what everybody might think of you, right? And you're like, what can I do? No, 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 I'll do it. I'll do it. It's okay. And then the guy says, hang on a minute, you're my boss. And yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to clean the toilets. Yeah, but I should do it. No, it's okay. I'll do it. What's it to do with the job? And it's got nothing to do with it. It's who you are. But you can see now a dark soul comes along who works with everybody and gets on with everybody. And all of a sudden, excuse me, I'd like to put you in a position of power. You're in control of these. Love the job. Uh, Hi, everybody. I know we were all working together, but I've been promoted, so I want you to all, understand that I'm here for you and I'm here to help you. And let's make this work. Let's all make this work. Jesus Christ, what's up with him? He's getting a bit. Yeah, just can you go and sort that out? And can you do that? Make sure, yeah, do that properly. And I'm not quite happy with what you're doing. You need to be a little bit, just I'm only just saying, but just pick yourself up a little bit. Ego, I like, whoa, what's happened to what's his name? Fucking hell, he's going cuckoo. Was it the job? No, no, it wasn't the job. It was just showing you who the person was. Loving it, the power. Not even a second thought about guilt. Loving it. I'm in charge. Listen to me, everybody. I'm important. I'm in control. I'm running the world. And again, it's really as simple as light soul, dark soul. Who's a light soul? Somebody comes from my world who feels the same as me. If you're from my world, you'll go, yeah, yeah, it's a great opportunity because my brain tells me that's what you have to do because the system's told me that that's where you need to climb the ladder to get to the top. So your brain's saying, oh yeah, it's a great opportunity, but your soul knows. Your soul says, oh, I don't know about that. Not so sure about that. It doesn't feel quite. I don't want to end up falling out with anybody, and I know where this might go, and I have to be even more. And there's more stress now, more worry. How many people have I read for when they've come to me and said, I've turned a really big roll down, and I'm like, okay, let's have a look. Yeah, I can understand why. A big roll for sure, but I can understand why because you're a good soul. Because it isn't about the money. Because you know what in the grand outcome of everything, as soon as your CEO says, we're going to give you more power, we're going to give you a higher, and you're going to be like, first of all, I don't want that stress. Second of all, I don't want people to look at me any different from what I am, and they will. And I have to work really hard to make sure they realize that I'm actually not feeling like I want to be a boss, and I actually never wanted to be a boss. So again, the difference between podcasters you can see is that it's great. Becoming a podcaster is great. I did it. I started with it. It's great becoming a healer. I think it's a wonderful thing. But there are things that you have to watch out for. And I've talked about this with many healers that have started a path. And along that journey, when they've come to say, I've come to learn. I've come to learn. Sorry, I've just turning that stove off. I've come to learn energy healing because I like what you do and I like what you say. You're so kind and loving. I want to be like that. And I'm like, yeah, all right then. Great stuff. Brilliant start. So let's start the healing. Let's start doing it. And they start doing it. And I'm watching a groups and I'm watching and I'm seeing first day, all excited, all great, no ego, just willing to learn. And then you start feeding them all of this valuable information. And then you start to see certain people, trait marks. And then they start to do the healing. And all of a sudden, oh, okay, one's now becoming overly cocky, almost egoistic, starting to like take over the show, take over everything. Watch me. I'm this amazing person now. Like, whoa, slow down, calm down. It's taking over. Like, it's taken me years to understand this. And then you realize that there are different souls in this world that come from different places. If you come from my home world, there is no ego because your soul isn't ego. Your soul knows when you like, oof, I just nearly overstepped the mark there because my brain and like, oh, oof. But you always know. And then you meet others that you realize, just like giving them money, now you'll see the true colors. Now, who is this person? You shall know them by their fruits after healing. And it really can be very dark and very, very soul destroying. I was very lucky because I never hardly had that many that just wandered off the path and wandered into the energy of who they are, who they truly are. And that means that how many people who came who might have come from a darker world, a few. And how did you know? Because it's visible, it's very visible to everybody in the room. It's very visible a week, a month, a year after. And it's very dark. And you can see that every soul, whether it's a good soul or a dark soul, they're all here to learn. They're all here to experience, just like you and I. And that experience is whatever their root energy is, whatever their soul core is. So your energy from the home world is to experience and to try and learn from that experience, which is knowledge and wisdom, through experience of meeting people and doing and creating and learning and sharing and caring and just being of service. And then you have your dark souls who come here. It's not of service. And if it is, it's only to supply them so that they grow. Everything is a kind of frequency and energy of business. So if I'm helping you, it's because long term I'm seeing you as an investment. So if it's a relationship, you're done with instantly because everything that you are, they're going to take over and they believe it's theirs instantly. When you go into a relationship as a good soul, who you are is who you are. Your soul is your soul. You are independent from the person that you love, meaning that you respect and you love them, and actually, you never own them. You know you don't own them. You know that the best you can do is hope that they would love you as much as you love them, but for no other reason, like a dog will love you unconditionally. For no reason, they just love you, not conditionally, like Dark Souls. Dark Souls only do it because they're measuring you and they're already 15 years ahead of you by what they want to do and why they're with you. Oh, I love you. They don't love you. They say all those things, but they're way ahead of you because you shall know them by their fruits. Completely different energies. And these things that you have to come to terms with. And no matter how hard you try, when I was 38 and I started this healing world, no matter how hard I'm reading for certain people, oof, not good. This reading ain't good. This reading ain't good. This person doesn't come from the same world as me. But they're still here. They're still in body. They still want to know stuff. But it's more manipulating. You know, when I first started this field of work, I got more offers than you could ever imagine. Offers that were from very famous people. I can tell you stories about stuff that was never talked about years ago. I'll give you a great example. I've got so many of them, but a lot of people came from LA. A lot of people came from Arizona. Lots of people came from America, right? New York. I even mentioned that I was going to go to New York because one of my clients said, "You are going to be so famous and rich here." And I'm like, I'm all right where I am in my little room. I really enjoy myself. It's not about being famous in this work for me. It's not about being rich neither. It's very kind of you. But, you know, the only reason why I'm thinking about New York is would it be nice for a change? Just to go. What do you think? Thinking about it. And then Penelope came, who was from New York, and she sat down and I said, you know, I just had an offer to have my own radio show and to do readings. And I was like, she said to me that in this is true. This is like I was 42-ish. My client in New York said to me, Mark, every single celebrity has a healer, minimum $500 for 1 hour. Every famous person has a medium, $500. And every person in New York who's famous has a healer. So imagine the amount of people who are going to come to you for all of these things. And I'm telling Penelope, I've had this offer. Penelope was one of my clients from New York, beautiful lady. And she just looked at me because I had no idea. I'm like, it might be fun. It might be, I'm like, New York. I don't know. What do you think? She crossed her arms like this. I could see her to this day. She put her arms on the table and she went, my dear, they've got it all wrong. And I'm like, who? New Yorkers. They've got it all wrong. That was it. That's all I needed to hear. And she's from New York. So I didn't go. I had offers to go. Some of my clients were pretty famous. And I remember reading for one of my clients who is no longer my client. And as I was reading, it's like, I want to take you to the Burning Man. And this is like a big show outside of, I don't know where it is. It's in the desert. And it's been going on for years. And I'm like, what is it? What's Burning Man? Weird. Sounds freaking weird. Like burning a man. Straight away, it's like, what? Oh no, 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 no. It's amazing. We'll fly in and we'll fly out. It's just unreal. Uh, so I'm like, it's really kind. I turn cards over. Demonic. Demonic. I turned these cards over. I saw nothing but demonic. Dirt, filth, sex, drugs, satanic. No, I'm all right, thanks. I don't think I want to go. And so I even being a psychic, dark souls can come to you and try and pull you in. Even just being on the internet talking and people befriending you, dark souls are going to try and come in there and try and hijack you. They're going to try and do something. They're going to try and ruin your life. They're going to try and make you feel bad, even if it's for a day. There's darkness is showing itself now through people, through those that are dark or NPCs that are there to be manipulated. And I talk about this now because there's never been more of a time that we all are not, don't be paranoid, but be wise. Be wise to what's happening in this world right now. You've got all the heads of state, you've got all the three-letter corporations, you've got all religions, you've got everything in politics. Right now, the pinnacle here is deceit, lie, manipulation, and darkness. There has never been a more visible time to see that the world is without doubt in danger, because everything that has been structured in this world, man made, was so that the program feeds the very entity that is within these bodies that want power, want to take over everything, want to ruin you, want to enslave you, want to deceive you, want to just, they want it all. Okay. So you have to be aware, from the person who lives next door, a stranger, or the head of any state in the world or charity organization. They're still beings with bodies that go to the toilet like you and I, that talk and laugh and joke. But what is it they all want? From a family member to a friend, what do they all want? Hang on a minute, I don't want to be like that. Hang on a minute, I don't want that. Hang on a minute, that's not what I would do. Hang on a minute, that doesn't feel right. That is your soul telling you that they are different than you. And we spend all our time trying to justify it, and the system, the program, spends all its money to justify everything that dark souls do. So then you're confused. You're confused. And everything that's created by this system, sorry guys, I don't know what happened. It just switched me off. So I hope I'm back again. Are we all here? Can you see me and hear me? There are certain people, as you well know, who are trying everything they can to stop me right now. It's probably just one person, but what's happening is that they certainly they're certainly achieving what they want, which is always a good thing, because at the end of the day, whatever needs to be done will be a positive thing. Darkness always digs itself into its own destruction. That's what I think. I always believe that. That's why darkness never wins. It always does what it does to present itself and then destroy itself. So that doesn't bother me. I had I had five Facebook accounts. I've said nothing wrong on Facebook. They've all been deleted. Can't get back on. I know why. Instagram, suddenly for no reason, not posted anything on there at all, negative at all. Stopped me from doing anything business. It's okay, somebody's doing something. Yesterday, X, or Twitter, just shut me out. So I know what's happening. And I think maybe like my thoughts are, oh damn, like my thoughts is, no, this is really good because it's pushing me in the right direction, because I know that all these platforms eventually are going to basically just shut every good soul out. So you're going to feel lost. You're going to feel bad. You're going to think you've put 10 years, 15 years and it's all gone, like they just did with me. That's okay, because I'm creating my own platform and it's going to be safe and secure. So the people who want to come and say hello and chat and me to share whatever I'm sharing will come. If they want to come, if they can find me, they will. If they don't, no problem. It's no big deal, but it's bringing me towards a direction that I'm thankful for, because staying in that eternal cesspit is basically not doing any of us any good. We're not learning. All we're doing is being programmed by the millions of paid lies and manipulations and false prophets and false gurus and false healers and false talkers. Just bullshit, 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 just to confuse everybody so nobody really knows anything. So, really, I think there is truth in finding your tribe. And eventually, you'll have to have a secure website and a secure membership. So you only invite so many on. So you're secure to the point where you can't just, somebody can't just switch you off. So I've got my own servers. So that it's good, really. It's good that all this is happening. And you know what? It shows you who you are, really. I mean, yes, it's been nearly 20 years on Facebook now. Or is it 20 years? 20 years on Facebook. All them photos, all them images, all the people on there, literally thousands and thousands, disappeared in one night. Can't get back on. I'm not kidding you. I took it off anyway. I took Twitter off last night. I don't need it. And I took Facebook off last night because I don't need it. I've just taken them off. I'll just show you. If I type in Facebook now, it just comes up and says you can't ever come back on again. I'll just show you, because some people think I'm lying, as many people do. And I can understand, because there's so many liars out there. So, yeah, but like, I'm not very good at this stuff, but I think it's okay. Play Store, Facebook. Okay. Install. I'll install Facebook now and show you. Might take a few minutes. Yeah, you should be able to install, right? Should be able to install, even if you've been kicked off and they've just blocked you out of it for good. You still should be able to install the app, right? It's taking a bit of time. It's just taking a bit of time than us. Oh, I'm getting some lovely energy from this. A few people have ordered one of these, and some people are wearing it now. I think did I make 25? I don't know. I might have made 25, something like that. But oh, I've got to say, I'm absolutely loving the energy of this. I'm not just saying it. I got my Moldavite here, and normally I wear my Moldavite every day. I normally wear my Moldavite every day, my beautiful Moldavite. But I don't know why these past few days I'm loving this. Open. Okay, look, open. Look, I'm opening it. Okay, so I'll click on, there you go, I'll click on that one. I've got 5 accounts. Click on this one. Yeah, of course you did. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the internet here at all. I'll click on another one now. Oh, look, it's asking for a password. I can't remember even my password. It was such a long time since I closed it down. Allow. Yeah, every time you try and do something, it's clever. It just keeps kicking you out. Okay, this one again. Try that one again. I think it's so clever how what like that one says we can't get in there. We can't get in there. Look, this one says, oh, you can get in there. Oh, look, it's now come up here now. So let's tap in there. Password and all that. Okay, I'm not brilliant at these things. Okay, let's see what happens. Live on YouTube. Let's get into Facebook. Try again. This is the first time this has happened. Oh, look, here you go. There you go. What does that say? Page not found. Let's refresh it again. Page not found. Let's refresh it again. Page not found. Okay. A page not found. Anyway, everything that's happening right now is leading me to fully focus on this new site. The site is going to be so we can do lives, interaction. We're going to be able to chat and talk about things. We can talk whatever we want. Nobody's going to stop us. Nobody's going to take our information because it's our own server. So it seems only the right thing to do, and we'll see where we go with it. I don't know how long it's going to take. Maybe 3 solid months. I don't know. But the first nice thing that's happening is the new website begins. Oh, well done, Emily. She just made another video, I think. Let's have a look at this video. Let's have a nice video. Fantastic for all joint issues, blood issues, circulations, any kind of physical pains. It kind of eases that pain, which is phenomenal. Fantastic for cleansing and clearing impurities from the body as well. Great for meditation, great for yoga, anything to do with Pilates, mantras, anything like that. It's great because your whole body is being purified, cleansed, cleaned, spiritually speaking, because this is a lot more to do with physical. But I found wearing this, I feel more at ease, I feel more calm, I feel more balanced. That's why I like meditating with it and doing any kind of spiritual practices. When you're wearing it, you feel good, you feel strong. The whole body moving with circulation, stimulation, detoxifying, and thus you sleep better, and thus you have more energy through the day. True. Yeah, Copper, well done. So we're just working on videos. So what we're going to do on the new website is that I think what we're going to do a two thing. We're going to do one where there's going to be videos on crystals, so you can basically scroll down, or if you already know what crystal you think you want, when you click on the crystal, the 400 crystal different crystals we have, minerals collections, when you click on one, say amethyst, there'll be a video there for you to click on just to watch and see what I've done with the energy work on that crystal. So what I feel when I finish working with them is exactly what I've put into them. So when I make a video with the collections, I normally focus on I don't know, 5, 6 things, sometimes just one thing, depending on how long I work with it. So it might be 10 hours and I just work with it on that particular energy field. So like with copper, when I work with it, I'll work with it and do meditation. I'll hold it in meditation. I'll also feel like purification. So I'll work in that energy of purification. So there's certain things that whenever you so the whole point about the website is that when you click on a certain crystal, the energy work that I've done is on that video. So when you press it, that's what you're going to get, as well as so many other things. But this is the added energy that's gone into this crystal. So that's kind of like where I am. What I do, like I've got coming here now, I'm working with, again, working now that I'm healing again, I'm doing a lot more healing work here as well. This is good for me because I can actually put energy into the crystals at the same time, which means that on the healing bed, I'll have certain crystals that I can work with as well. And the energy that's going into them every day. All of these things are going to be, like, for me, phenomenal. So my bed is just about full of crystals, but there's probably about another 200 or 300. So I've got these beauties coming, and I wanted flat ones. These gorgeous ones coming. Oh, look at them. They're on their way. These beauties as well. I know you recognize them all. I wanted some of these, some flat ones. Gorgeous. Some dumadorite, gorgeous energy. These, some jade from Siberia, gorgeous. Rhodochrosites, I've got some rhodochrosites coming. Look at them. It's so beautiful. I've got some cinnabites coming. Oof, beautiful. Imagine them all flat. Yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. Bought some K2s. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal energy. Yeah, I mean, I'm just so happy with all of them. I've got to get some more Charite for sure. I have, and yeah, some lovely fluorides, more yellowy fluorides. They're gorgeous. What else? Oh yeah, auralites. Got some auralites coming. Oh yes, beautiful. Like, anyway, I just wanted to just share that with you. So I am fully back again working on crystals, and I've got some hoying, some really rare hoying coming. Um, I don't know, 4 or 5 pieces. I've been after that for ages. Oh, some alexandrites. I made a purchase about a month ago. I'm having them cut and mounted. They're gorgeous. I invested in a really big piece. So there's some really beautiful stuff coming. I can't, like, so many. Um, I tell you what, I really enjoyed working with. And did I give it away? I might have given it away, and then I'm like, yeah, I think I gave it away. And like, I'm like, oh, what? I want them back again. And I don't think there is any on the website. But Vivianite, which is it's now costing treble than what it did do, but it's beautiful with Moldavite. Oh, I tell you, I'm like, can't wait to get my hands on them. So I put the feelers out and got just the right ones and got them mounted, and they're coming soon as well. So they're beautiful. Some Moldavite trios are coming as well. Literally, we've got so many crystals coming for this year, so it's all looking really good. The website, which don't get panicky about, it's going to be called holisticcrystals.com, but it's also by Mark Bajerski because I'm wanting other people just to come, not just because of Mark Bajerski, but because of the crystals. So Holistic Crystals is a site that I bought. It's just a name from GoDaddy because I like it. I like the name Holistic Crystals because that's what they are. So when you go onto the site, it's going to say Holistic Crystals and underneath by Mark Bajerski. And we've got some wonderful, wonderful opening, our new website opening offer. So yeah, please don't go and buy everything at £15 when, like I'm putting maybe 20 or 30 crystals all over the place under whatever collections they're on. But please, if you're going to buy one, just have a little bit of conscience and let other people buy one. So I think I need to make a little, because before some people just bought them all, one person, and it's just not fair. This is about people who haven't got any money and giving them an opportunity to buy, a crystal at €150 for £15, including free delivery. It's just an offer that we're going to give when we first open. We're going to do a load of opening offers. So yeah, it's going to be great. So the website has taken a year and a half ish, and it's going to be very different. However, it's going to be easy to navigate, and hopefully you'll really like it. So that's coming on the 13th. We launch on the 13th of this month. 13 is a lucky number, not an unlucky number. Remember, the world is inverted. Whatever you're told about history, just invert it. It's the other way around. So, yeah, I've got some messages coming in now. It's Saturday, but it looks like I still have to work, which is fine. But other than that, there is some. Just because it's the 4th, it doesn't mean that my website right now isn't giving offers. Today we've got a lovely offer. What we got on today? I did post it. So today, this offer, it's a beautiful hand-painted elephant. Um, it's absolutely gorgeous. I bought them a while ago, and I think they're lovely. I just fell in love with them, and I bought them. They're really cute colours. They're all different in colours. So that's on offer with sacred negative energy sticks. There's a box of sacred energy negative sticks and a beautiful mala beads. And these mala beads are knotted in between. So they're not touching, they're knotted. But I think they're gorgeous. So that's on offer today. That they went up today. Anything else? No, that's it really. So that's my chat today on energy. And yeah, people are saying, you do talk a lot about dark souls these days. Well, I talk about whatever my life has taken me to, whatever I've learned and felt. All I can tell you is that if you are of light and you are a soul from the spirit world, I don't think you'll have any issues with what I'm saying because I'm not saying it out of anger. I'm certainly not saying it out of bitterness. I'm saying it out of beware. Be aware of what's happening in this world, especially in this new reality that we're living in, which isn't the reality I remember. This isn't the same world that I lived in. This is completely different. I live in Bali, so I'm very lucky. But I think the new world is an AI world. I think the new world is more of an illusion than we've ever seen, which is become more of a reality, which is really weird. So everybody now seems to be focused on the black screen as a reality. Everybody, no matter where they live. And they think that's reality when it's not. It's not reality at all. It's all lies and it's all manipulations to make you think and to bring a new program to you. So just be very aware of all of those things. There's not much real truth on the internet these days, and they don't want truth on the internet. Of course they don't. They want lies. They want manipulations. They want NPCs to just follow the program. So that's why you're getting program conversations. That's why you're getting program pushed content all the time. Nonsense, absolute nonsense. And a lot of it is truth filled with lies. So I just now look at, if I go on the internet, I just laugh. It's all bullshit to me now. I just laugh. Literally, whatever it is, I just laugh. Um, should we just finish off by having a look what maybe I did I sometimes I'll this might be a little bit heavy, a little bit dark, but um this was sent to me by John sent this, and apparently another part of like dark soul is I believe is extremely like they're the worst, the slimiest worms. They're narcissistic in their own in right, but they're all dark in their own right. But this guy's pretending to be better than this other guy because he hasn't murdered somebody. But you can murder people in different ways, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And so they call this guy Piers Morgan. I literally, if you want programming, that's programming. But somebody sent me this, and he ended up doing an interview with this so-called psychopath um, narcissist. Okay, so I don't call them that. I call them dark souls, and each dark soul has its own agenda, what it wants to do. Dark Soul does what it does, and they're all doing what they're all doing. They're all different in energy. They all work differently. That's why it's so difficult when you say, "Oh, that's this," and "Oh, that's a paedophile," "Oh, that's that." Like, no, they're just all Dark Souls. They just do that. They have their own agenda. They have their own experience. So maybe we should just listen to it, and I'll narrate through with this plonker who blows in the wind, wherever he can get his clicks from. Just hang on. Yeah, I'm not. And of course, I'm not doing it for clicks. I don't give a shit. But it's just interesting to listen to a dark soul. And why I say it's interesting is one, you might say, well, why are you giving it any power? Why are you giving it any focus? I'm doing it so that you can see. It'll just answer a lot of points when I talk about dark souls. Okay. This is like an exception to a dark soul. This is one that basically is doing exactly what it wants to do. Most dark souls won't do it because they're frightened of getting into trouble, because they know that they live like you and they know what the law is, but this one did what he did. Let's see if we can pull it up. By the way, if you don't, if this it might be too dark for you, because this young lad killed his sister. So don't, if it's too much for you, don't watch it. Just switch off now. Okay. But this is, I don't know, there's something about they're trying to normalize, everything's normalizing evil now. Let's get evil into it. Let's talk about evil. Let's try and figure out what evil is. No, you're not. You're trying to justify it. You're trying to normalize it. Anyway, that's just my take. But this is one of the things that I just, let's just listen to this bullshit guy anyway who talks.
Charity, I've never met your son Paris. I'm about to go inside that prison. What advice would you give me about actually coming face to face with him and how I should interact with him?
I mean, I think you should interact with them just like you do any other person. He's a human. I mean, be nice, be personable, be polite, because that's what he'll be. Nice, personable, polite. He's very charming when he wants to be. I mean, he is a psychopath.
I'm about to interview a murderer, unlike any I've faced before. Psychopaths may seem like us, but I want to find out how their minds really work. All right, let me...
First of all, I just want to tell you, this is the biggest sleight of hand that's ever been played on humanity. What they're trying to get you to focus on is people's minds. They never talk about the true nature of this world. What we should be talking about is their soul, who they truly are, not the bodysuit. Because the mind can be hijacked in any way. And I'm going to prove it to you now. I'm going to prove it to you when this young lad starts talking. But what he says, I'm going to tell you what he's really saying.
Go down there and get this to him, and we'll start the clock on you when he comes and sits down. Paris?
Trying to make it like Silence of the Lambs.
Paris Bennett is a diagnosed psychopath, and with an IQ of 141, he's considered a genius. So you're going to be talking to Pierce Morgan? Okay. Okay.
I'm not saying anybody with a high IQ is a dark soul, but I am saying this, that dark souls that come into this world, they need to feed and they need information because they don't create themselves. So they don't know how to create. They don't know how to make things. They're just watching everybody else, learning, picking up stuff. That's why they say a high IQ. It's not a high IQ. It's just that their brain is being stimulated because it's being used in the right way for the program. So they're digesting. Oh, he's got a high IQ. No, it's not about high IQ. It's about a good memory. Why? Because he's constantly storing information. Because dark souls, they don't, it's not about creation. It's about absorbing. That's why they're always fixated to take one. They're getting as much info. They're just steal. Input, Stephanie, input.
The prison regards him as so dangerous, they've insisted I interview him behind toughened glass. Hello, everyone. Paris, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for agreeing to do this. We appreciate it.
They consider him that dangerous, right? This is Pierce Morgan bullshit for you. They consider him that. Hang on, Pierce. Aren't they letting him out in 8 years? Yeah, that's right. So stop talking shite.
You're welcome.
Listen to the music. Listen to the music.
I've called upon two of America's leading experts. Dr. Casey Jordan is a specialist in criminal behavior. Mark Safrick has over 20 years at the FBI, profiling violent criminals. I mean, he's going to try and play me as...
Who they probably created by MK Ultra.
Of course.
He's going to think he's smarter than me. Because for him, it's a game. And he's got an hour to get over on you. And he's smart enough to try to do it.
That's what,
and he's narcissistic enough.
Psychopathic enough. Listen to the trademarks. Forget what they're calling them. But listen to the trademarks. Do they not remind you of certain people?
Think that he's smarter than you.
And he's researched you, I guarantee it. And
how many dark souls have you ever met that believe that you are smarter than them? Not many.
he is sizing you up faster than you're sizing him up.
The experts believe...
So when you meet somebody, genuinely, you've just met them, are you sizing them up? Do you size them up in every way? You're looking at sizing them up, trying to size them up. No, you're not. What you're doing is interacting and feeling their energy. You're feeling their energy from a soul level. So I want to feel who you are. And then you're like, oh, okay, I don't like the feeling of this. But sizing you up, looking at every bit about you, how you behave, your what you say, sizing you up on every way. That's what dark souls do. Light souls don't do that. Light souls work on an energetic level in the way of understanding and feeling and so on. So yeah.
His mother Charity will be in danger. She's watching this interview to assess the risk. Her son was a juvenile when convicted, so he could be released in just 8 years.
He walks out.
But he's so dangerous that they had to put a toughened glass behind. Shut up, Pierce, you plonker.
Out of that prison, and it
Oh, by the way, like we're saying plonker, but NPCs will be like, oh, oh.
to me, everybody's going to know exactly where to look. So maybe in some way, it's an insurance policy.
But it's one you don't want to have to cash, because you wouldn't be here.
Seems like this should go without saying, but the last thing I want is for my child to murder anybody else ever again, especially me.
Okay, so I got you started at 11:05. Okay. You have until 12:05. Thank you very much.
Something wrong with that immediately. I'm sorry, but something strikes me very wrong with that immediately. I don't want him to murder anybody, especially me. Anyway.
I suppose my first question for you is, why are you doing this interview? What do you hope to get out of this?
I believe that the most important goal for me is to show people that I may be incarcerated, but that does not necessarily mean that I am a monster or a villain.
So what he's doing there straight away is the only reason, like, if you murdered somebody, which you wouldn't, but if you did on self-defense, and somebody came to see you, and somebody said to you, what is the reason why you're doing this? The first thing you would say is, like, I can't sleep on a night. I feel so much guilt at what I did to the family. I didn't mean to do it because of this reason and that reason. This happened, that reason. But this is a dark soul. A dark soul is me wanting to make sure everybody listens, and this is the way it is. This is how it happened, and it's a different frequency and energy. There's no heart, there's no soul. It's just dark emptiness and just brain.
That the mistake I made 12 years ago at the age of 13 is not something that defines my life.
I've seen
Mistake. I made a mistake, but I'm not going to make it define my life. I mean, this is narcissist behavior. This is dark energy behavior. Never. You see, you've got to understand that that wasn't a mistake to them. In a world, if this world was dark and everybody in the playground was dark, that would be considered normal. In fact, it would be a wonderful thing for them, because that's the energy that they feed from, and that's the energy of what they do. You hug people, you give people a love, you give them a love, right? A dark soul wants to tear you up, wants to hate you, wants to take everything from you. This is the difference.
video footage, I've seen still photographs of you together. You playing the role of perhaps protective older brother, her as the cheeky, mischievous younger sister. Can you rationalize or explain now how you came to do what you did to your sister?
I don't think I can easily explain everything, because if I could, we wouldn't be
So look at this lad. There isn't there's no I know he's young, but there's no line anywhere. There's just nothing there. And I find that a lot of Dark Souls don't have really tight skin. Really, really tight skin. I'm not talking about Botox. I'm just talking about really tight skin. And the reason why is because when you're sat with a Dark Soul, they don't have the emotion. They don't even know what that is. So when I'm talking to you and say, like, guys, I want to tell you about a story when I was younger. I remember holding the stick, and I remember when mass was over, and I went into the little room at St. Patrick's Church, and we have to undress the priest. Me and Peter undressing the priest, and the priest started to fondle me, started to touch me, and I froze. I froze in fear. It didn't last long, but that was just the first moment of these things. What would you do if I'm like now talking to you? If we were together now here together, what would you do? You'd be like, Jesus Christ. Your face would be all over the place. It would be meaningful expression. When you are with a dark soul, there ain't no expression because they don't feel what you feel to show that expression. Just remember that.
Talking about it 12 years later, I think that's been one of the biggest challenges for other people through the years because no one likes to be confused. No one likes to be bewildered. We like easy answers.
Growing up, no one had suspected that Paris was a psychopath. And that the murder he committed when he was only 13 had been meticulously planned for a reason.
4-year-old Ella Bennett was fatally stabbed. Taken into custody was her 13-year-old brother.
Paris Bennett convinced his babysitter to go home early while their mom was gone. He stabbed Ella 17 times.
Okay, so yeah, poor girl. You ask yourself, what kind of life is that to come in this world and be killed by your brother that you loved? You just can't understand it because you are a good soul. You don't kill. If at any point that something that you did something and you know it was wrong and you did it because you didn't mean to do it and it was done like it just happened. I just lost the plot in that moment to defend I just lashed out knee jerk, right? That never happens with dark souls. They plan. They plan before you even know them. They plan everything meticulous, whatever they're going to do to you, whether they're going to steal your life, whether they're going to hijack you, whether they're going to poison you, whether they're going to kill you. It's all meticulously planned for ages. And you're like, what? The worst thing that a good soul will do is in the moment and like, fuck, and regret it for the rest of their life. Good soul, dark soul. Trademarks are all the same because they come from the same world. I don't know why this isn't.
From what I've read, you were weighing up various options. One was to potentially kill the babysitter. One was to kill your mother, with whom you had lots of anger towards. And the other was to kill your sister. And in the end, you determined that if you killed your sister but didn't kill your mother, that your mother would then live her life with the agony of losing her little girl, and that might be a bigger punishment than killing her mother. Is that a fair characterization of your thinking?
Yes, it is. For many, many years, there was just this hot, flaming ball of wrath in the pit of my stomach, and it was directed at my mother. And one of the reasons why I chose to kill my sister and not someone else is because I knew that by doing so, I could hurt my mother in the worst possible way. Because I had always known as a child that the most devastating thing to my mother would be the loss of one of her children. And I found a way to take away both her children in one fell swoop.
So, no matter how hard you try and understand that, you will never, ever understand what that dark soul just said. Because you are a good soul. Good souls cannot imagine. First of all, if you are brought up in a terrible situation with your mother, however bad she was, your soul feels helpless. What he described is a dark soul. And a dark soul, when they hate in the sense of whatever they do, whatever they're experiencing, he told the truth. He's got a burning fire inside him. When you've been abused, like I was by my dad, what's inside me is an emptiness of pain and suffering and wanting to know, not wanting to know, but trying to understand how a father could do that to a young boy. You're trying to understand what you did wrong, so your dad to hate you so much and to beat you all the time. What you're feeling is of guilt that you're a bad boy because your dad beats you all the time. The feeling that you have is the furthest away from what this dark soul is saying. Right? Am I right? Have you ever felt like there's a burning inside you that you want to kill your dad because he beat you, or your mum just treated you so badly? You had this burning feeling in your soul that you just want. Burning means rage. Burning means destroying, right? No, you don't. I guarantee you, no matter how bad your life was, how many times you were abused, how many times you were mocked, ridiculed, you never had that burning desire to cause pain and suffering to somebody else because you're a good soul. Only dark souls want revenge, want to hurt, want to destroy, want to steal, want to take everything from a good soul. And isn't it funny? Always the beautiful good souls are punished on this earth by dark souls. A beautiful little girl who had all her life innocent, who just loved her brother, ended up in a family with a dark soul. Work that out.
A person who has normal empathy, normal emotions, when they talk about their crime, you can see it. They have a tell. They tremble, they look down, their faces blanch, they get red, their voices begin to crack.
That's a good soul you're talking about.
Genuine emotions and feelings from that memory. He has none of that.
His affect is very flat.
Yeah.
You can be talking about the murder, or you can be talking about the books he's reading.
Right.
But the affect is exactly the same all the way through.
You have a very good memory, I'm told. Like really almost a photographic memory of stuff. Do you remember the day of the murder very acutely? Is it a very vivid memory?
I remember impressions more than I do vivid memories. It's not like there's a film in my head that I can just play whenever I want to. That's really all I can say about it. There are parts that are very, very clear, and there are parts that are hard to remember.
He has an amazing memory when it comes to a lot of other things. But when you start to ask, because I've asked, like, where did all this start? That's when he starts getting vague.
At what point in that day?
So with Dark Souls, they only give you what they want. Normally, a Dark Soul will be very, very hesitant to speak and to say too much because they don't, first of all, want to give the game away. With a light and good soul, hey, tell me if I'm wrong, we're frigging open books. Right or wrong, or maybe I shouldn't have said that because I am who I am. I'm an open book. I just say what I say. Why? Because there is no manipulation energy. There's no darkness in you. There's only what you want to express yourself with your soul, which is truth, your truth. It might be wrong in other people's eyes, but here's how I feel. I might sound like a plonker, but here's with a dark soul, they're calculated. They want to think about what they're saying before they say it, because they don't want to give the game away of who they are. They don't want to give the game away of what they're playing, of what they're doing. So they will only give you just enough, but never so that they hang themselves. These are red flags you have to watch out for, guys. And at the end of the day, this is extreme. I'm not saying all Dark Souls are going to kill people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they're all similar in dark energy, in the expression of the physical body and what it does and how it does. Many of them are just so alike by the way they do.
And you decided you were going to kill somebody?
It wasn't like I was crafting a plan to rob a bank where I knew that at this time I'm going to do this, and then at this other time I'm going to do the other thing. I think that a deeper, darker part of me, a part that doesn't express itself in articulate words.
So like here now is the first bit of truth coming out. What he's talking about is the real him. It's not the darker thing that's inside me is coming out. No. That's who you are. It doesn't, it's not like they try and explain it like it's coming out. No, it's not coming out. It's always there. Your dark soul is always there. You live the life that you programmed to live. Be a good boy, eat your dinner, go to school, don't hit your sister. That's the program that we all go through. But the dark soul is within. The dark soul is who you are. Don't make the mistake in thinking that the body is who you are. It's not. The body is simply a vessel for the dark soul inside. He's telling you now, my dark soul's coming out. His battle is like your battle and my battle, but they're a different battle. They're different. Your battle is your brain is causing you the issue. Truly, your brain causes you more issues than anything. So does mine. My brain causes me issues all the time. I think I need to help this person. Your soul said, no, you can't help them. No, I'm going to help them. And I'm going to do a good job. I'm going to do everything I can to help them. It doesn't matter. I know I shouldn't have done that. It's been 5 years. It's been 10 years. I know I shouldn't have done it, but I just needed to do it. Your brain telling you to do it all the time. Your soul said, no, I told you not to do it. So our battle is different. His internal battle is his brain saying, don't you do that. And his soul saying, yeah, do it. And what's happened here is his soul said, you are going to do it. And then the brain stops and then he does it. The only fear that comes out of him when he's doing it is his brain saying, hang on, we might get caught. We might get into trouble. We might get thrown into prison. That's the brain. But the soul saying, no, do it, do it, do it. So his battle is slightly different in a darker sense. We have a battle, but so do they. Their battle is, am I going to get caught? Maybe I shouldn't have done this. That's their brain talking, not their soul. Their soul is like, this is who I am. This is what I'm meant to do. And he's telling you. He's actually telling you. He's telling you what his soul is saying, not what he's saying. Listen to him.
I think it knew what it was going to do, and I understand that I'm completely depersonalizing a part of my own mind right now. But I think I understood in an intuitive way that I was going to do something.
Your soul told you to do it.
And I was just being swept along.
He said it wasn't like I was creating a plan to rob a bank, except that's exactly what he did. He had a plan. He had been planning for a long period of time. The babysitter didn't just leave. He coerced the babysitter to leave because he needed the babysitter gone in order to put his plan into action.
It was Super Bowl Sunday. He knew his mother had to work late. He knew he would be alone with his little sister.
Yeah, I can't watch anymore. Sorry. Let's have you noticed, however you look at it, and I'm obviously to blame as well, but this is normalizing darkness. The reason why I just showed you that is because I want you to try and understand from my perspective as a healer is that there are two forces in this world. There is good and there's evil. That's it. And what we have is a physical body, and depending on what is inside as a soul in that physical body will show you who they are by their characteristics. What I'm trying to help you with in any way I can is to make you understand that there are two types. That altogether there's three, but the third in the middle is deemed no soul. So they will just follow the program system. Yes, there are definitely walk-ins, there are definitely attachments, there are definitely demonic energy that can go into these and cause issues, but ultimately they will go with they are the typical sheep. They will just follow whatever the program tells them to do. Then you've got dark souls that spend all their time to manipulate, cause issue, kill, abuse, everything whatever that their joy is. Like your joy is to, say, paint, and you get a great feeling when you're painting. Your joy might be to hike or to build something worth doing or create oils or do something. Like dark soul is doing something to manipulate. What they're going to do to manipulate is maybe come into somebody's life and steal everything from them, or they might come into somebody else's life to damage the whole of that business or what. But they're always there to cause destruction. And light souls, most light souls can see that. Most light souls will go, there's something wrong with that woman. There's something not quite right. Something just doesn't feel right. That guy doesn't feel right. There's something weird about that guy. That's your soul telling you that you are now in the company of a dark soul. And there are many of them. And there are many, and again, to differentiate between a dark soul and an NPC, depending on what the NPC's program was. An NPC can be programmed and manipulated like that. Absolutely manipulated. And the way to do it is constantly program them. That's why the TV is programming through politics, through religion, and through entertainment. That is purposely for NPCs. That's their program. That's their life. That's eat, drink, sleep, scroll. That's it. Nothing else. A good soul comes into this world to do things which is beyond anybody's understanding, beyond any NPC, beyond any dark soul. Dark soul has no clue to what a light soul feels. A dark soul knows what it wants to do to a light soul. It wants to destroy it. It wants to burn its light. It wants to stop it from shining because the dark soul does not like the frequency of good energy. So the dark soul makes sense of I need to abuse that person. I need to destroy that person. Why? Because their light soul, that shining bright light, dims or changes to another frequency of depression, sadness, trying to figure out why their whole life is being wrecked by that dark soul that's come into their life that they thought really loved them. Hijack, constant hijack. So be aware of it all the time. Happens all the time. I say this because like yesterday, 2 or 3 people yesterday showed themselves to me by their disgusting messages and how the craziness in their head is. And you're forever thinking, whoa, I knew this was another one. What we need to do is shut them straight off. This is my feeling right now. I think we need to have the power to say, I don't like this person. They're overly being nice. I can feel what's happening here. That ain't a nice person. This is a manipulator. Block. Get them out of your life. Listen to your soul was the prime message from what I believe is the spirit world through these tools of divination. I am understanding this more every day. Our objective now is to know who they are and spot them before we allow them in. And they will come in with ways of love, with you're amazing, but like, hang on a minute, nobody else does that. Yes, we say nice things to each other and thanks very much, it was really lovely. But this is an overload. This is like, you're a bunny boiler. You're a bunny boiler. You're weird. We have to listen to the soul. The brain's just saying what it's saying, but your soul just, that ain't right. That person, and normally you find, I knew it. Look at them now. Look at the nastiness on the internet. Look at what they're saying now. Look at the horrible. We knew it. We knew it. We need to cut them off instantly. We need to know. You don't need to walk around paranoid, but you just need to know the signs. Here we go again. Here's another one. And I really come to fully understand through no paranoia, but through experience. And I'm happy and joyful. Like, it ain't going to affect me anymore because you don't. You don't affect me. You don't worry me. You don't fear in it. I don't fear in any way because money is no objective. Money doesn't mean anything in my life. I've got my soul and happiness. It does in dark souls. They want everything. That's what's going to kill them. That's why they bend over like this and they walk like this eventually when they get older, because they're just so bitter and they're so angry and they so carry hate. And all they do is look at other light souls and they just want to destroy them. Every moment of the day, they're on watching you. If they're in your life, they want to know everything about it. They're watching you. They're like witches. They're like evil. They really are. Get rid of them. Get them out of your life and change, and look how you feel and look afterwards. My God, look at the spell that has gone. It's disappeared. You have no power over me. You will get your health back. You won't be in pain. You won't be bleeding. You won't be feeling sick. You won't be in bed knackered. You'll be up and joyful because you've moved forward, because you've learnt your lesson and you've understood it, and you're never going to let it back in your life again. You are your power. They feed on you because they know that you're sensitive. They see you from a mile off a year ago or two, and they say, I can manipulate this one because he's a soft touch. And there is truth in that, what people say. Oh, he's very, very kind. That's you know, he's so super kind. That's not a positive thing, because people will take advantage. You're bloody right. Dark souls are watching out for any kind, caring, empathetic, loving person, because they see you as easy meat. They see you as their dinner, their lunch, as what Nelly said, their banquet. Have a great day, guys. Have a lovely, lovely day. Take care of yourselves. Till tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. See you later. Food for thought.